I'm excited because, you know, the holidays are coming and we are all trying to get that rockin' body.
Our next guest may just help you achieve your fitness goals. If you need further proof, among her clients include Ann Curtis, Heart Evangelista, and Kim King now joins us in the studio. Welcome, Kim!
Thank you for having me.
They forgot to put us in the intro.
Yeah, soon to be us.
Heart, Monique, and Chal.
The no shall.
Kulang.
Kulang. But you know, Kim, first of all, we're really grateful to have you. It's a beautiful way to continue our conversation about health from earlier on. And we want to talk about your journey. How did you get into this? What is your story? Because I've gotten to interview you already before, and it's really quite interesting what got you into this journey.
Ang dami niyan. But the gist of it was, I grew up where my dad is really into fasting. So I already learned some hacks to basically optimize your health naturally, holistically, and right, the term now is functional. But then my mom had, when my parents separated back in 2006, my mom had cancer. And then I also had a cyst on my left breast. But I think the bigger thing there was I was able to apply what I learned. And even if I have a degree in nutrition, the approach is actually the opposite.
What do
So
you
when
mean by
you say
that?
the opposite, yeah, expound, please.
I'm not a doctor, just to give like disclaimer, right?
Yeah.
But what I've learned in school is the opposite of what actually we teach, like in Kim King's Wellness. So one is there's no fine blueprint protocol for the general population. You really have to create the nutrition based on the baseline of the client.
So customize.
Customize talaga, because we all have different stressors. We have different ways of managing stress. We all sleep. We don't have the same sleep hygiene.
Right. If we even sleep,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So
What's that?
and then if you're active, meaning you have sports or like your type of work is basically a sedentary lang, whole day nakaupo ka lang. So we really curate, and then you're sick, so yun pa. So we really customized the plan according to the blueprint of each individual.
Yeah, I love that because, like you said, everybody's bodies are different.
Yeah, it's like your fingerprint. So
So that's why you say blueprint.
Yeah.
But I'm actually curious, and I'm sure our viewers are as well. Let's debunk wellness myths because we always hear holistic, right? Functionality,
traditional, all
There's
of these
lots
terms.
of different ones. So when people think of holistic, what are the most
common?
Yeah, common ones. Let's debunk them right now.
The most common is fat is bad. It was generalized. It's a generalized, and parang it's the villain of basically for everyone.
So it's not?
There are good. There are
Yeah, you need good
the
fat,
good
yeah, yeah.
fat. And then I think another one, a very common, would be everything in moderation. Because if someone is already sick and the environment of that person internally is already damaged, you cannot apply the concept na you can eat everything in moderation because damaged na yung entire system. So if this is like a fresh body, not exposed to a lot of stress or illnesses, and this person sleeps 8 hours a day, example, then we can have a bit of leeway to tweak and make it in moderation approach. But a lot of people are already metabolically wrecked even before they reach the stage where they're already sick. So there's really an abstinence, or like you have to really pause on some other stuff in order to clear up or cleanse the body.
Very
that is so
interesting,
interesting.
Kim. So I just want to let our viewers know that when we use the word diet here, it's not just about
It's not about
losing weight loss.
Yeah,
right?
it's
Diet is
general.
actually,
It's nutrition.
yes. When we
And
say
it's a
diet, it's what
holistic.
you put in or what you take
Yes,
into your body.
yes.
Oh, and
So-
it's also the environment. It's not just
Yep.
what we put in.
Yep.
Like she
Yeah.
kept
Yes.
mentioning, kasi
Yes.
like the environment,
Your environment,
the
and when I
stressors.
say environment, these are the people you surround yourself with, your mindset, because quantum physics, whatever you think, it becomes manifest. It's the manifestation, you manifest it. So there's that also.
Okay, so you actually got into doing your kitchen, your Kim's
Yes.
Kitchen. We want to talk about that because from living a life of being exposed because of your dad and
Yeah.
finding certain needs and having questions with what you learn in school, bring it back to
different.
life, to creating this one so that other people can actually experience and have the same knowledge. Can you talk about how you got into it?
Kim King Wellness, which started as Kim King's Kitchen, is actually not my first health brand. I had Sexy Juicer before. And then, kasi I really want people to help people feel their best, because I know how it feels to fuel your system and reset the system, and how it can magnify the strengths that you have already. So that, and then when I started posting online, people would ask, so I have 5 kids.
Oh,
I have
what?
twins.
You look amazing.
So my eldest is 8 and my youngest is 11 months old. So I have 5, and people would always ask, how do you get back in shape in less than a week
Yes.
after giving birth?
Yes, please.
So first, so I shared what I do. I showed, because I cannot fast while I was breastfeeding. So what did I incorporate? I incorporated broth, and I grew up liking soup talaga. And if you remember when you were younger, pag may sakit, di ba, magsabaw ka.
It's always soup.
Yeah, because it's really healing, and there's science in it. And we've already parang always approach everything with medication, and there are like holistic way to still nourish the body and still be in shape even if you're a mom. So actually it started because I understand now how it is so challenging for a new mom who just gave birth. Of course, you don't feel your best because kakapanganak mo lang.
Right.
And I didn't even gain so much weight because nga, I'm already cautious with what I put in my body and what I eat. But imagine someone who doesn't know what to do and new ka, and then puyat ka, you're breastfeeding, parang it's all giving out. So in my head, how can I make women who's like me, new mom, to get in shape healthily without suppressing the breast milk production. So I experimented. Sabi ko, okay, since I'm used to doing water fast, but I can't do that because I was breastfeeding.
Right.
Kailangan yung nutrients for diba, to produce quality milk. You need healthy fat. And then I said, okay, I'm not gonna snack on any junk. I will create my own meal. I will create my own way. And then I started making broth. Instead of eating chips or what, I would drink broth. And because it's nutrient dense, it's amazing how there's no junk food craving, because when you're puyat, especially for new moms, even general population, pag puyat kayo, the craving is higher.
Right.
Because the body is on a fight mode.
I'm always hungry at midnight.
That is why it's so difficult for new moms also to take care of themselves, kasi puyat sila lagi. So in my head, I want to impart, I want to share what I did because it can be done.
Okay, let's
I
talk about
love
that bone broth.
Yeah, I
as
want
well.
to zero in on that because actually, I know about you because I wanted to do the bone broth diet, but takot ako na magutom. So I said, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do that. So
Yeah.
let's talk, now that I'm with you.
I'd mix it with my rice pa.
Actually,
Well,
my rice pa.
it's still good, even if you mix it with other food as a base, because of the nutrients and amino acid that you can get from broth.
Okay, so why did you zero in? You said that you found something nurturing for moms, but
Because I've seen how my skin it was glowing. I don't have appetite for any junk, which is unusual for someone who's puyat.
But what is
Because
it about bone broth?
It's the amino acid, it's the
Okay.
glycine, it's the sodium, it's the good type of sodium that you'll get, the minerals, the calcium. So there's so much nutrients that you'll get from it. And it's in a liquid form.
Right.
Easy for digestion. So if you don't feel like digesting anything and you just want to heal the gut lining also, you can take it.
So you
in
suggest
conjunction, of
doing-
course, with a healthy diet. So
Right.
people would always ask, pwede ba ganito yung kain ko, mag-broth ako? Yes, it's beneficial, for sure. But for you to really see 80 to 90% improvement, then you have to lock in your new nutrition.
Yeah, because I see, like, for example, Heart Evangelista, she does the bone broth. She always has to reset her
Yeah,
body.
because she likes to try different food, and she's used to doing OMAD already because I taught her how to do it. But every time that she comes back, for example, from abroad, and nag-croissant yan or what, she will automatically do a reset.
Oh, wow. Does Anne do the same thing?
Iba-iba yung approach. So,
Different
depende kung ano yung goal. Let's say it's a shoot, it's a concert. And then I would always encourage, especially for women, to eat enough protein while you do the process. Even if, kasi there's like pure broth fast and there's like fasting mimicking approach, where you take broth, and there's a reset 1 day, 3 days, and then there's 7 days. And then I curated. We have options also. We give people options. Ano yung doable for you? For example, you're working. You can't do all liquid fast kasi, diba, yung baka hindi kayanin, diba?
Right.
And you're not used to it pa. So for people that are used to doing intermittent fasting, CCO, very easy. But for most people that are exposed to high stress environment, it can be a bit of a challenge.
Okay, Kim, you're Asia's first organic bone broth queen, and of course also a certified gut health coach, correct?
Yes.
And we've been putting all of these terms here, like I heard fasting, I heard OMAD, 1 meal a day. Can we also touch on that so that we actually know the right way to do it? Because it may seem like a fad or a term that's really hot, you know, for these past few months or even years.
Yes.
But there is a right way to do it.
Yes, I think most importantly, kasi if we're gonna discuss all of it, ang dami, hindi kaya isang
And you,
oras.
and you fast a lot. Actually,
Yes.
you're pretty much known for also fasting,
Yes,
right?
yes.
You and your husband.
Yes. Lalo na my husband. So, to answer your question, so for the approach of intermittent fasting, more than anything else, I think what's so important is the foundation of what you eat prior, leading to the fast, and how you break it. So the basic is 12 hours for beginners, which we actually unknowingly doing already most of the time. If your last meal is at 6 and your next meal is at 7 a.m., that's already a 12-hour fast. So I would recommend that for the beginner. Of course, if you have any underlying health condition, you have to consult your doctors first and see what can work for you. And there's also a type of short fast where you eat breakfast, kasi women are very sensitive with nutrition because of our cycle. So some people, when they do an extended fast, they would lose their period. So there's also other side of it that is not good if you don't know how to do it. That's why for us, we curate. We get to know the client, we get to know what their overall goal is. And then we align everything, even the sleep.
Yeah.
I think that's our unique also way of doing it. Kasi if you're fasting, hindi pwedeng puyat ka.
Right.
Diba, stress na yung katawan? Because this approach, fasting is like a free radical. So you produce, you boost your immune system when you fast because the body thinks there's a scarcity. So it has to defend itself. But it can be a bad thing if you don't do it right.
So we're so interested here.
know,
We're like, oh my gosh, I want to learn more. Go
Because
ahead,
I
Mo.
want to know, because you mentioned earlier when you fast, most people put the wrong things in their body. So for our viewers out there who are watching, what is the best, I guess most generalized way you can put it, what's the first thing we should always eat?
I would recommend a balanced meal, whole food. So meaning no process, should not be ever like cake or dessert.
Oh, I got targeted.
Because imagine your organs just cleanse itself and then all of a sudden may spike of sugar coming in.
Not me having a
Mag-overwork
cupcake for
yung katawan.
Okay.
And it's actually very dangerous. So a whole meal, clean meal with good fat, protein, probiotics, fermented food to
probiotics.
prime your gut. Because the broth alone, if you do a broth fast, it kind of heals and seals the gut. So now, if you have like autoimmune and all of that, it can be improved through the approach of the broth diet. And then you can incorporate the probiotics, which actually primes and makes your microbiome more balanced.
So we all should take probiotics.
Yeah, but ano rin, like ang dami rin kasing probiotics.
There's a lot.
No, and most of it has maltodextrin, which is worse than sugar.
Really?
So, yeah,
Maltodextrin.
Yeah.
Even in my kimchi?
Wala na yan.
This is a
Siguro naman
probiotic.
hindi na nila dadagdag. Like yung mga instant drink or chewable stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Usually they have.
So
It's one of
watch
the,
out for that.
so it's something. And then I wear my CGM. So every time.
What is that?
This
Okay,
is a
let's show
continuous. So this is a continuous glucose monitor. So when I do my R&D before we launch our products, I test it myself before. And then, okay, this is keto friendly, this is low carb, this is pasok low carb. Kasi it can still have a bit of carbs, but it's the balance of the protein ratio and fat ratio that makes it, basically that stabilizes the blood glucose.
Kim, how does this work?
Interesting.
I, for example, want to lose my last 10 or 15 pounds, and then I come to you, Kim. Would you come up with a diet plan? Would you suggest or do we do tests first?
Yeah,
Or how
so
does it work?
usually, so I would do a consultation online. It's a one-on-one consultation,
Okay.
15 minutes, sometimes to 30 minutes, and then I would ask the person to walk me through her day. I can already assess what is doable and not doable, and then if she has a history of any underlying health condition, I would coordinate with the doctors sometimes, so we can kind of work together, targeting the real goal for this client. So it's monitored not just by me but also her physician, and then every week so it's a 1-month program, and then I'll ask, okay, how do you feel this week, and then is it doable for you? Because at the end of the day, you have to be in a nutrition plan that is sustainable to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So the goal is something that you can maintain and sustain, because I can make you lose weight in 3 days. And
Oh, really?
I'll tell you, and
Done.
and I'll tell you, okay, and I'll tell you, just do water fast, broth fast.
Yeah, but then it's gonna rebound.
Exactly,
That's the thing.
exactly.
How do
So-
you make it, maintain it
No,
actually?
that's what the key
The
word,
rebound,
sustainability.
Yeah,
You have
so
to find the right
I get to
flow.
know the client, and then once they also send me their metrics, for example, and then the baseline of the health. Because sometimes you have to see the full picture. Let's say I'm 50 kg and I have 30% body fat. Then the approach is different. Versus someone, I'm 52 kg, I only have 15% body fat. So, and then the goal is to gain muscle mass. So iba-iba talaga.
It's really different
Okay.
per
So we
customer.
curate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
what
love
we
that.
do.
That's what
We cannot really copy paste. Like we see so much nutrition advice online, and most of them are not applicable to us.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that we really have to be aware of. Like, not everything should be applied to you because you have a different lifestyle.
Exactly. Just
or
because it
let's
works
say, for
for
example,
someone.
if you're planning to conceive, you cannot do a long fast.
Oh, yeah.
Because women's body, healthy body fat for conceiving is 18 to 22%. So if you lose weight and bumaba yung body fat mo sobra, hindi tayo makaka-achieve ng goal.
Mo and I are looking at each other like we have more questions. I'm gonna just throw in one more. And I think, as funny as this may sound, it's real. What about the hunger? Because oftentimes when people get into these programs, yes, sustainability is a huge factor, but also when you're doing it, the fear for hunger is real.
The fear. But this is my question.
My number one fear in life is I don't want to be hungry.
Wait. But let me ask you, when was the last time that you truly feel hungry?
Now.
Like hungry, like
I'm
you're
so hungry.
dyingly, like
Yeah, so there's a difference,
There's a
from
difference.
hunger from here that you really
Yes,
feel
and
it,
here.
and here.
Yes.
It's always here.
Yeah.
This is, I can't
So
tell the
this one,
difference. I'm
do
just
you also
hungry.
tackle this?
yes, I discussed.
mindset?
Because a lot of, especially for women, they have ED.
What is
Eating
that?
disorder. So you really have to get to the psyche of it. Like, okay, you can see the pattern. This person has been yo-yoing. It's a sign of ED already.
Right.
Then we approach it differently. Like, you have to really be clear. What more than losing weight, what I'm advocate and I'm a fan of is sustainability, which what I've mentioned earlier, and feeling your best self overall, not just your weight. Because you can be the skinniest and the slimmest person on earth, but if you drag your energy every day, then it doesn't make sense.
Right.
So vitality overall is what's really important.
I love what
So-
you're doing. I feel like we just had our own consult, no? Like, this wasn't really an interview. It was more
Not
of
fully
a
customized, but we're
consultation.
learning.
But
Yeah.
before we let you go, Kim, what is, I guess, for our viewers
I mean, I
watching?
want to answer kanina yung sa ano,
where
you
ba?
mentioned about the holiday season.
Yeah.
So we're doing
Go.
Yeah, we're doing a detox plan for pre-holiday season. I'm gonna post it on my page so
I
to
can't
teach
wait.
people how to do it.
Where can they
Para
find
di-
your page?
It's Broth Queen on Instagram.
Yay. And what is your number one tip right now to get fit for the holidays?
And
apart
for the
from
new
detox?
year, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, always start with your protein first and complex or vegetables. So you stabilize your blood glucose. And then after that, you can have dessert if you want.
Perfect. Now I know what I'm going to order for lunch. I'm going to order steak and vegetables. Well, thank you so much, Kim King.
Thank you for having
We're going
me.
to chat with you
Thank
after
you.
again
Thank
because we're going to
you.
have